Welcome back everybody for another brand new video. Today we're going to be covering The Witcher 4 again in a feature that could be a little controversial to some people. We've had so many great takes about The Witcher here on the channel with all the previous videos we've covered, so I wanted to dive back into that with you guys. Yeah, this is a pretty controversial feature they could be adding to The Witcher, so I just wanted to go over it and see what you guys think. So the feature we're talking about that's going to be controversial is multiplayer. Now, take this with a grain of salt. It's just an article from comicbook.com, and it says that it's potentially, but if you guys do enjoy things all Witcher and the Witcher franchise, please be sure to smash that thumbs up button. Consider subscribing here and turn on the notification bell so you guys can stay up to date with all the Witcher content we cover here on the channel. Now, like I said, this article is from comicbook.com. It's called The Witcher 4 Controversial Feature Hinted at by Developer. CD Projekt Red has hinted at potentially implementing a controversial feature, or at least a controversial feature as far as the Witcher fans are concerned. In The Witcher 4, or whatever the next installment in this series ends up being called, CD Projekt Red has already confirmed the development of the next game in the Witcher series will begin next year. Right now, all the Polish developer is saying about the game, well, for at least the most part, during a recent earnings call with investors, CD Projekt Red further hinted at the title. Speaking to investors, CDPR President Adam Kaczynski noted that multiplayer will gradually be introduced in both of the company's core series, being Cyberpunk 2077 and The Witcher. Up until this point, the latter has been a strictly narrative-driven single-player experience, but that may change with the next installment. And then in quotations, it says, "We're planning to add multiplayer functionality in both of our franchises, including Cyberpunk, gradually," said Kaczynski. "We're not revealing which franchise will be the first to receive such a functionality, but the first attempt will be something we can learn from, and then we can add more and more. So step in step, we want to open our single-player experiences to multiplayer, but we want to add such features gradually." In the past, CDPR has declared it's committed to making single-player RPGs. There's no word of this changing, but it sounds like the multiplayer and live service elements could be introduced in these games, possibly dilute the purity of single-player experience. Until The Witcher 4 is revealed, it's difficult to know how much The Witcher fans should be worried about this. Adding multiplayer and live service elements to the series will change it, but whether these changes will be major, let alone for the worse, remains to be seen. So I don't know how I feel about The Witcher getting multiplayer. I really liked the idea, like we've been kind of talking about in the comments, with The Witcher having create your character and kind of being able to immerse yourself more into the world of The Witcher and not necessarily just Geralt. I think that adds a little bit more functionality to the game, because they did say after The Witcher 3, Geralt's story's done, I believe Ciri's story's done. Now whether, and we're just going to keep calling it The Witcher 4 until we know what it is a prequel game, something like the thing with Vesemir, when they did the prequel show, if they're going to bring a game and you play as him, or if it's go back in time and create your own Witcher in the, go through all the different schools and, kind of really just create the Witcher you want to be. I think that adds a great functionality to the game. However, with multiplayer, that really makes me nervous. I think that's almost like you're doing too much. And I really hope that if they're going to test that, they do it on something that's, in my opinion, already broken and can't come back, and that'd be being Cyberpunk. Maybe that'll add some more fun to that game. I couldn't get into it, but I really don't want to see The Witcher, if the new game comes out and it's the first one on these brand new consoles and it has this element that just does not work, it's really going to leave a sour taste in people's mouth, and people are already not very happy with Cyberpunk. So it just goes to show that, like, you can't change too much. And then with being live services, is it going to be pay to win? Is it going to be you have to buy all these cosmetics? The scary thing being going into 2024 is people are already starting to create games with the NFT things, and is it going to have to somewhat feature that? Like, I really don't want that to happen. I like the core Witcher experience, and so I just really hope they don't do too much to it, except for allow a little bit more immersion, and then obviously upscale everything for the new consoles, but that's a given. But let me know what your thoughts are down below. Would you like to have some sort of Witcher multiplayer game being co-op MMO, something like Destiny, where it's a little bit more streamlined MMO, but Me personally, I don't think so. I don't think I'd want that. But let me know your thoughts down below. I'd really like to know. I know a lot of people really just want Geralt to continue. However, unfortunately, don't think that's going to happen. They said his trilogy's over. So, but if you guys did enjoy the video, please be sure to smash the thumbs up button. Consider subscribing here if you guys are new and haven't already. And be sure to turn on the notification bell if you guys want to stay up to date with all the Witcher news we cover here on the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, my name is Ross, and I will see you guys in the next video.